And I just wondered whether, you think you're free of all of that, or whether that's still something...
I'm sorry, I really don't... what are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Right.
Okay, that's okay.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
I'm sorry.
Hit your mic.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
You seem okay, it's just getting a little dinosaur in your...
Sometimes celebrities must firmly put disrespectful interviewers in their place, like how Robert Downey Jr. walks out when interviewer Krishnan Guru Murthy becomes more intrusive.
That's life and that's growing older, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you say we're promoting an interview, promoting the movie. I mean, obviously you're doing a promotional round of interviews, and that's why we're talking about the movie, but we also want to talk a little bit about you. I don't know how comfortable you are, talking about yourself at the moment.
You have as much time as anyone else will.
Yeah, well, okay, well then let me just ask you a few more questions and you can answer them if you want to and not if you don't want to. I mean,
First, Krishnan ambushed him with an unexpected question about his political views, which he blasted.
The reason I'm asking about the past is that you've talked in other interviews again about your relationship with your father and the role of all of that in the dark periods you entered and taking drugs and drinking and all of that. And I just wondered whether, you think you're free of all of that, or whether that's still something...
I'm sorry, I really don't... what are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Right.
Okay, that's okay.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
I'm sorry.
Hit your mic.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
You seem okay, it's just getting a little dinosaur in your...
No, look, I don't want to do that.
Krishnan further escalated the tension as he asked Downey Jr. a more personal question. This time, he tasted his own medicine. After that explosive exchange, one might assume that interviewer Krishnan Guru Murthy had learned his lesson.
But why are you so sure that there's no link between enjoying movie violence and enjoying real violence?
I'm going to tell you why I'm so sure. Don't ask me a question like that. I'm not biting. I refuse your question.
Why?
Because I refuse your question. I'm not your slave and you're not my master. You can't make me dance to your tune. I'm not a monkey.
I can't make you answer anything. I'm asking you interesting questions.
And I'm saying I refuse.
Okay, well, no, I was just asking you why. That's fine.
However, he later had this heated conversation with director Quentin Tarantino, who flipped out when he asked him if he believed movies had the potential to incite real-world violence. One might never have learned his lesson.
Was Nicole the love of your life?
What do you mean, Peter?
You were married for 10 years.
Listen, we raised children. How do you answer that? How do you answer that question? She's someone that I plan on getting married again.
You do?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And having kids?
Absolutely.
But Nicole was a major part of your life and a love of your life at the time.
I loved Nick very much. There's no question.
Would you like Nicole to remarry?
Yes. I want Nicole to be happy. That's what I want.
And do you have a relationship where you talk, it's a parenting relationship, and talk professionally about each other's work?
Listen, here's the thing, Peter.
Yeah.
You're stepping over a line now. You're stepping over a line. You know you are.
I suppose they're questions
Peter,
that people want to know.
Peter, you want to know. Take responsibility for what you want to know. Don't say what other people. This is a conversation that I'm having with you right now.
You're right.
Okay, so I'm just telling you right now, okay? Just put your manners back in.
Do you think I was out of line?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I apologize for that sincerely.
Like how Tom Cruise had to stare down an intrusive interviewer who asked about his recent divorce from Nicole Kidman. After failing to read the room, the interviewer continued with yet another prying question, prompting Cruise to decisively shut him off.
Now, aren't you supposed to be in rehab now?
Do you not watch anything that goes on?
I do.
Tabloid now?
Now here's what
May 2nd.
I was under the May 2nd.
Yes.
Lindsay Lohan faced public humiliation during an interview with David Letterman, where he persistently mocked her personal and legal troubles.
And how long will you be in rehab?
3 months.
How many times have you been in rehab?
Several.
And how will this time be different? What are they rehabbing, first of all? What is on their list? What are they going to work on when you walk through the door?
We didn't discuss this in the pre-interview.
She desperately tried to redirect the conversation as Letterman continuously made cruel jokes at her expense.
So now, when you go to the rehab, what do they do?
We're here for a movie.
We have to what?
Let's stay on the positive. Aside from that side of the positive.
Yeah.
Things became so intense, but Lohan fought to maintain her composure and joke back.
No, okay, we'll talk about the movie.
I've been here since I was 7.
7 years old. How many times do you think you've been here?
I wouldn't know. I'll have to find out in rehab.
But the bullying doesn't end there. Actor Jonah Hill has had to deal with a lot of jokes about his weight in various interviews over the years.
Jonah, do you think it's important to be unattractive to be funny? Can skinny people be funny?
What the man? You know, I don't understand. Can you just ask a normal question?
Are you the fat guy in Hollywood still, or is everybody like look at you and they're like, oh wow, you know, this is great, now you're healthy?
Do you have any other questions that are smart?
First of all, you smell good, which is surprising.
Why is that surprising?
I don't know. I just wouldn't think of a guy who would have a nice scent on, and
that's such a I'm gonna really work hard to not take that as a shot. You know what I mean?
But when it comes to shutting down inappropriate questions, perhaps no one does it better than Tom Hardy.
Your own sexuality seems a bit more ambiguous. Do you find it hard for celebrities to talk to media about their sexuality?
What on earth are you on about?
Despite his visible agitation, Hardy kept his cool, earning praise for how he maintained his personal boundaries.
But what is your question?
I was wondering if you find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality.
I don't find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality. Are you asking me about my sexuality?
Sure.
Why?
Why?
Thank you.
Okay.
But if you thought that clip was cringe-inducing, just wait until you see how Hardy dealt with another disrespectful interviewer in this next painfully awkward segment.
I have a question for Tom Hardy. Tom, I'll preface my remarks by saying that I have 5 sisters, a wife, a daughter, and a mother, so I know what it's like to be outgunned by estrogen. But I just wanted to ask you, as you were reading the script, did you ever think, why are all these women in here? I thought this was supposed to be a man's movie.
No. Not for 1 minute. That's kind of obvious.
Did you get a chance, the book is taught, I know, in a lot of high schools and such. Did you get a chance to read it, or do you even have time to sit and read? These days you're so busy.
No, I never read the book or the script, actually. I kind of winged it.
Yeah.
No, of course, I love the book.
Nice
I think
try.
the book's amazing.
Model and actress Cara Delevingne also faced a painfully awkward interview on Good Day Sacramento.
You do seem a bit irritated. Perhaps it's just us.
No, I think it's just you.
I think it probably is us. Well, then on that note...
We figured as much. We figured as much.
We'll let you go then. How about that?
All
We'll
right.
let you go take a little nap, maybe get a Red Bull. How about that?
Cara Delevingne, thank you so much for your time. Paper Town's coming up too. And she's also in that Taylor Swift video, Bad Blood. Everybody probably recognizes her from that.
Delevingne's sarcasm and the interviewer's apparent annoyance created a tense and uncomfortable atmosphere, leading to one of the most cringeworthy interviews ever broadcasted. While actor Joaquin Phoenix is notoriously hesitant to engage with the press, he often displays his frustration with repetitive questions throughout his media tour for the 2019 film Joker.
The movie obviously is about the Joker, but it goes beyond that. It's really about the mental state he was in. Can you tell me a little bit about what research or what kind of what you did to prepare for this? Because this was really an intense performance. What was kind of the process of getting into that mindset?
Isn't this old news? Isn't this old news? I feel like I've talked about this for 6 months.
Phoenix brushed off the question as outdated, but later responded with biting sarcasm. Here's a tense face-off between Matthew McConaughey and Joy Behar on The View. Behar interrupted McConaughey to insult his close friend Novak Djokovic.
I was happy to be in his box, got to sit behind his parents, which was really awesome to see them when he brings them up and where they started.
I believe
An anti-vaxxer?
I believe so, yeah. Just so you know.
Things escalated when Behar questioned McConaughey's political aspirations, specifically his stance on guns, which visibly frustrated the actor.
Do you think you could get elected in Texas being anti-gun?
Do I think I could get elected in Texas being anti-gun? One thing about if me in politics is to give you a direct statement right there is be playing a game that I'm not interested in playing.
Okay,
To give you a direct statement right there.
From that moment, McConaughey's aggravation became unmistakable. Much like Samuel L. Jackson didn't hold back when a reporter confused him with Lawrence Fishburne during a live interview.
Did you get a lot of reaction to that Super Bowl commercial?
What Super Bowl commercial?
Jackson's irritation was palpable as he called out the reporter's mistake.
Oh, you know what? I've admit my mistake.
You're as crazy as the people on Twitter.
Right.
I'm not Lawrence Fishburne.
That's my fault. I know that. That was my fault. My mistake.
The reporter's blunder and Jackson's reaction made headlines for all the wrong reasons.
We don't all look alike.
Father, you're
we may
exactly
be
right.
all black and famous,
You
but
are
we all don't look
guilty.
alike.
I am guilty.
Next question.
I am guilty.
He thought you were Bob
Dylan. Right. That's right.
You're the entertainment reporter?
I know.
You're the entertainment reporter for this station?
Flog.
And you don't know the difference between me and Lawrence Fishburne?
Similarly, Christina Hendricks dislikes when interviewers comment on her body.
You have been an inspiration as a full-figured woman. What is the most inspiring story that you can remember where you've inspired someone? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Despite the host's attempts to bring up the topic again, Hendricks shut it down, stressing the need for respectful questions.
You've been known as an inspiration for women, as being a full figure. What is the most? I mean, you just said it again. It's just sort of.
What was your favourite place to actually film in? Because you do travel all over the world in this film.
Istanbul.
Why did you go to Istanbul?
Oh, not in this film. I thought you just were saying my favorite. In general, I like Istanbul. It's a pretty cool place to go.
At least it proves I've seen the film, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Has any actor ever told you this, Jamie? This part is not acting, what we're doing right now. You might be. But we're just selling the film now. Sales. That fun part was making the movie.
Bruce Willis's promotional interview for Red 2 quickly became infamous for all the wrong reasons. Willis's apparent disinterest and curt responses made it clear he wasn't in the mood for promotion.
And it's rent Dirty Dancing and tell them you love them. As you are a god to all women, tell me that is the way to keep your women happy.
No. That part's just a line in the movie.
The interview ended, leaving the host visibly flustered. And this is how notoriously hot-tempered chef Gordon Ramsay unleashed his wrath on a gotcha journalist who tried to ambush him with photos of a supposedly bad steak from one of his restaurants.
It's really weird for you to give me a piece of paper, and when you say, am I satisfied that it's a good steak, you have to be a little bit more honest with me on that one. What are you trying to get at?
Ramsay called out the reporter for the sneaky move and expertly explained why ordering a steak well done is a bad idea.
But you asked for the steak to be cooked well done.
And these are well done steak.
Oh, come on. What is this? I mean, where can you, I mean, keep on rolling. For legal reasons, this is absolutely crucial. But how sad is this, that you asked for a steak to be cooked well done, okay? Now, whatever quality of beef it is, it's gone past any form of taste when you've cooked it well done. So you present me with a picture, God bless you, and you say, is that right? I don't eat steak well done. That's your prerogative because you're the customer. But unfortunately, you're never going to identify the quality of a beef when the steak is well cooked. So I'm really sorry to piss on your bonfire, but it's a bit of a stupid question. Thank you. Can I give you paper back?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you very much.
I thought it was an intelligent interview.
Hathaway, good morning. Nice to see you.
Morning, Matt.
Seen a lot of you lately.
Sorry about that.
You were.
I'd be happy to stay home, but the film.
Let's just get it out of the way. You had a little wardrobe malfunction.
Meanwhile, Anne Hathaway faced an inappropriate question from Matt Lauer about a wardrobe malfunction.
The other night. What's the lesson learned from something like that, other than that you keep smiling, which you always do?
Well, it was obviously an unfortunate incident.
Yeah.
I think...
However, it was met with Hathaway's classy yet firm response.
It kind of made me sad on two accounts. One was that I was very sad that we live in an age when someone takes a picture of another person in a vulnerable moment and rather than delete it and do the decent thing, sells it. And I'm sorry that we live in a culture that commodifies sexuality of unwilling participants, which brings us back to Les Mis, because that's what my character is. She is someone who is forced to sell sex to benefit her child because she has nothing and there's no social safety net. And so let's get back to Les Mis.
One of the most creative turns of a question I have ever heard, and I'm going to take it at that.
Unlike Anne Hathaway's cool demeanor, here's how Kanye West became infamous for his passionate outburst.
If y'all want that Red October, you got to take these 10 other shoes. So they told me they ain't sure. But then they told him, if you want that Red October, but legally, we got to both sign that contract. Mark Parker. I'm going to put Mark Parker all on that Summer Jam screen. And by the way, Mark Parker, yes, I will still accept an investment in Donda. I got some more ideas that don't involve shoes. But if you guys are investing in the arts, y'all want to invest in this school in Brazil, y'all want to go to Africa, I'm standing up and I'm telling you, I am Warhol. I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
So when Sway tried to give Kanye advice, Kanye lost his temper, famously shouting, "You ain't got the answers, Sway," repeatedly.
Why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Kanye.
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what
You
more
ain't
than
got.
me? Come on, chill out.
You
bro.
ain't got the answers.
Kanye,
You ain't got the
Bro,
answers.
I'm asking you
You
a
ain't been doing the education.
Bro.
You ain't been doing the education.
Kanye, calm down.
You don't have the answers though.
Calm down.
Because you trying to give me advice about something. You ain't got the answer. You ain't spent $13 million of your own money trying to empower yourself.
Yes, but I spent hundreds of thousands and putting out clothing lines at a smaller degree. All I'm asking you,
and it ain't no Ralph though. It ain't Ralph level.
Let me ask you this: I'm asking
what's the name of your clothing line? We don't know.
Kanye,
you know what I'm saying?
Because I lost money, but that's not
exactly. And I could lose money on a higher level too.
And that's
don't
what I'm
think just
you.
because don't think because I got the most or the least money.
Let me finish my question, dog.
Man, no, man.
Let me hear the question.
You don't have
man.
the answers.
I'm asking you for the answer. It's a question.
And this illustrates how quickly an interview can go off the rails.